hits the three against the zone.
Well, UCLA has to run the zone. They don't have a deep bench. They have to conserve their players, keep them out of foul trouble, so expect to see improvement this time with their zone.
Hamilton drives in, puts it up beautifully.
Nice, terrific slasher. They do a nice job. Good help. He's a little winded right now.
Hamilton. Maybe they'll score this time on the break. They do. Hamilton.
To both you fellas, Mark saying that this backcourt is such a great example for his kids, Tommy Lloyd's kids, to be around them. They're such gentlemen and of great character.
Hamilton, now they hit 2 threes in a row. Elite Eight. UCLA with all of its championship banners and rich history, and Gonzaga just once in the Elite Eight back in '99 as Hamilton has it on the blocks. Pangos with 2 fouls defending.
Nice shot with the horn set. Looney didn't look to attack, trying to get him going.
Hamilton, nice shot. Free pass that was intended to set up an easy basket. Hamilton
look a little more determined right now. Gress said that this kid can get
in the football program to shut it down, and that led to some unhappy people, to say the least. So this is the first big event. Basket counts.
It allows you to work the offensive glass. That time Coakley right there, good position.
No foul on that last play. It was ruled a block.
37% shooter. That was a huge three, even though there's just under 14 minutes to go. Gives them a little bounce in their step defensively now.
9 of 16 from beyond the arc for UAB. Every pass, Hamilton really nicely.
That means is when more than 1 or 2 guys are hitting shots, you have confidence as a team. It's just not one guy like we saw Alford in the first game here, who was just the outside shooter.
Well, it's coming from unexpected places as well as expected places. How do you like that one? 8-point game. Off the glass again. That's the second time.
You can't stop. You can't stop that.
No. Isaac Hamilton. Turnover. No numbers here. Hamilton will take it all the way by himself. Who needs numbers? Kennedy also most valuable player in the AAC tournament. Beautiful entry pass. Not such a beautiful shot.
Yeah, you know what's interesting too, Bernie? He only played in 24 games this year too to pick up that award. So very good 24 games that he played.
That looked good from the get-go.
Sure did.
Come back to Thomas Welsh in the low box. That seemed to work pretty well the last time.
Long rebound. Well, look who came back in. Despite the 2 fouls.
Yes, so he would score that. There would be a metric for that, like a defensive assist.
Absolutely. And T.J. McConnell, who contributes in so many ways, just a spectacular performer. And, you know, he's the little guy in this group. Great defense again, T.J. McConnell.
Well, Isaac Hamilton, and I think that underscores.
This game is over already. But the fact that the Bruins have recovered has just been beautiful. And the Wildcats are throwing too hard of passes.
And Isaac Hamilton after the
side, and it's plucked away by Looney on cue, leaving it for Alford, who's an excellent three-point shooter.
UCLA, as this season has gone on, has kind of found themselves, who they are. Looney and Parker were both hurt in the summer, and so they didn't really know what they had to start the year, and their offense didn't run as smooth as it does now, and I think part of that is they're going inside more as Hamilton knocks down the jumper, and it's given them throughout the season, and they love Kevon Looney.
Bruins had Jordan Adams, Kyle Anderson, and Zach LaVine, of course, head to the league after last season's very successful campaign.
It's the world of college basketball that we live in, right?
And Travis Ware off that club as well, playing at the professional level. Here's Hamilton out of the corner, knocks down a triple.
Everything's got to be moving in harmony, and if you're a little bit off, that's what happens. You loose with the handle, fumbling balls, things like that.
Hamilton right up the gut to lay it up and in. The UFC needs a timeout. Andy Stewart sets his feet and just off the back iron.
A good presence by Jovanovic to kick it out. Stewart's got to be more ready to shoot.
Hamilton's ready. Zips one in from long range. Wow.
We talked about his scoring from yesterday, but that's what has been impressive all year is the plays he makes with his athleticism on both sides of the floor. Wow, that was impressive.
That was something. Gulliman swings it in the corner. Hamilton, solid stroke. Man, he's in a groove. It's 6-5. He just launched it. 17-point lead.
Even still, most guys don't have the athleticism to convert it, even if they're thinking it,
Yeah.
right?
Under a minute remaining in the half. Hamilton's been efficient, lays it in down the left side. You're not going to stop him. He can explode as well. That was impressive, Julian
When
Jacobs.
he does stuff like that, Kevin, he becomes Juju Jacobs to the rim.
Just a sophomore, good young team, the Trojan. I mean, a lot of promise.
A lot of promise, a lot of athleticism, too. That's what I like. Is they really, once they figure out how to play to go along with that athleticism, they're going to be dangerous.
Alford drives beneath the rim and kicks to Gulliman. Alford will take it back. He's played a nice floor game. Outside it comes to Powell. Will cross, swing to the corner. Hamilton will raise. Got it. Oh, boy. The hits just keep. Grabs a loose ball and laid it in. Hamilton again. Why not?
Why not is right. You would think an insurmountable challenge to knock off Arizona, especially with the crowd that Arizona has here.
Yeah, not to get too far ahead of myself. Here's Hamilton, a runner along the end line up and in, but as long as Hamilton is
line.
Well, he's hit runners, pull-up jump shots, he's slashed, he's hit threes. Full court pressure applied by USC trying to trap the ball. And now they switch back to man. Powell being watched by Elijah Stewart.
And they're running plays for Hamilton now. Why not?
Hamilton, another triple. Bang! In the lane, trying to power it up. Parker the rebound. Quick outlet, knocked down by Jovanovic. Hamilton says, thank you. Sails the other way for the flush. Boy, it is all rolling.
But he took a really good shot unintentionally from Jovanovic.
Hamilton the other way, scoots to the glass, laid it in.
Having off a first-round loss in this tournament. First game loss, I should say.
Gulliman, Welsh, Hamilton, a three, bang. It's just automatic for Hamilton now.
Off right now. Julian Jacobs down the lane along that baseline. Steve Nash, great circle route.
Marchetti, no, and cleared.
Push the ball.
Looney. Hamilton spot up. Three is good. And a throwing connects on the other end.
You haven't copped whether you've milked the cow or not, but you don't really know about what it takes to be the champion. So I'm going to give you a little clue.
And if you send a picture of a dog, no doubt it will get retweeted. Lori, who runs the account, will retweet it anyway. You can tweet me about Bill, which most of you do as well. And I'll probably not respond. Alford with a kick out to Hamilton, kind of like on the air. Hamilton for three.
You don't think that J.D. Morgan had anything to do with the Conference of Champions?
I didn't say that, but I do want to take a moment here.
Okay.
While I actually have a chance to have the mic, as Hamilton fires a three and connects. This is the 25.
Has have too much heat on it.
4 turnovers, last 5 possessions for Washington State. Hamilton! Haven't called his name too much.
Void is a bad loss to one of the bottom teams in the league.
Joe, it is Joe, right? Okay.
Yes.
If you don't understand about it being the Conference of Champions, you need to get out of that cave back there, wherever you are.
Hey, Joe, let me ask you about Isaac Hamilton.
Leona, what an angel. Oh, my gosh.
Nigel Williams-Goss with a jumper.
But nobody for Washington is playing a lead role tonight. In terms of, guys, this is how we come together, and the defense is just so porous.
And of what you've seen, how do you like what Steve Alford is doing here? As Hamilton gets the steal and the dunk on the other end.
Boxing out and playing mobile defense. And you can take advantage of Will Cutler.
Green, here's what I want to know, because Bill informed me, and I didn't know that Robert Parrish was a deadhead. So I'm curious, did Bill ever take you with him to...
And Jim, I want to see this matchup right now. Cortez, he loves to come. And that Merriweather-Pacquiao fight, I want to see Cortez. I want to see the Golden Lion in the lobby. I want the cheerleaders dancing on that big pedestal up there. The bands playing the fight songs. We'll all convene at Wolfgang Puck's afterwards. A day at the pool before we come inside at night for basketball. Miss this at your own peril, folks.
20 now for Alford. 22, forgive me, for Alford. I forgive you. Thank you. Tapped ahead by Alford. Hamilton the slam, and it's...
At Arizona State, after the timeout by Herb Sendek, has scored the last 5 points.
Goodman, a Philadelphia product of Sonny Hill, the legend. Went to UNLV. Things didn't work out there. There were some off-court legal issues, but now he's resurfaced here. Just got started playing at the semester break for the Sun Devils.
And he'll have 2 years of eligibility left after this season. Wasn't a good pass by Alford at the feet of Parker.
Well, we've seen, Steve, Bryce Alford throw good passes.
A long 2 by Isaac Hamilton.
Indianapolis will be there.
He goes 10 deep. Alford too strong. Looney, who's the best offensive rebounder in the Pac-12. Now Hamilton a corner 3. It's good. And the Bruins back on top. As the best offensive rebounder in the Pac-12. Now Hamilton a corner 3. It's good. And the Bruins back on top.
As we rave about the contributions, Looney with a steal here. Don't ever discount what Isaac Hamilton has done to turn this Bruins season around. That guy is playing. Just come down and flail away.
Long 3, Blakes. Quick shot that time.
I'd like to say that was a heat check, but
he hasn't been hot. Nice pass by Powell, giving it up to Hamilton.
And that's so little time that a three-point shot might be in order here. Right away.
Powell will bring it up the floor using the Welsh screen. Now Hamilton drives. Wild shot, but it drops. 1 point game with 7.
And how will that be with the new guys coming in?
Powell, the interception. Among the incoming players is Wayne Tinkle's son, Tress, who's quite the player out in Missoula, Montana. That's a corner 3. Isaac Hamilton. For the Beavers since 1989-90. That conference championship team led by the elder Gary Payton. And the other thing, Kevin, about them is that for the first time in a long time, this program has been down for so long. It's a program that matters again. You get the sense that things are starting to turn as Isaac Hamilton hits. As confident offensively to do a little bit more, to believe in themselves a little bit more?
You know, I think every coach wants their players to play with confidence. You also want your best players getting the most shots. And I'd like to see Gary Payton, too, be more aggressive to try to get more baskets for his team.
Isaac Hamilton from West by Morris Walker. 24 for Payton. .15 UCLA lead with 1:42 remaining. Bruins will go to 12-1 at home and get to 15-10 overall. Bruins will play 4 of their remaining 6 games here at home as they try to state their case for the NCAA tournament. Hamilton, another 3.
I couldn't be happier. Tomorrow is my 6th year anniversary from my spine surgery. I'm the luckiest guy in the world, Roxy.
And you're moving great. It's great to see.
No pain, no medication. Walked here from the hotel. Let's play. Let's go all night. Berkeley, yeah.
Isaac Hamilton. Nice crossover, the pull-up. And Hamilton gives UCLA the lead.
And we do welcome those of you who just finished watching that good matchup in the SEC. Dave Fleming, Bill Walton here at Maples Pavilion. The Cardinal at home against UCLA. Isaac Hamilton with a 3. It goes down for the Bruins.
These geniuses from Stanford. It's all about anticipation.
The Stanford defense was not great in Pullman. Washington State scored 89 with those free throws. Hamilton's 3 goes down.
By 5 points on the other team's home court.
Yeah, Stanford's not shooting the ball well tonight so far.
UCLA's defense has improved dramatically. Starts with the guards, particularly Hamilton and Powell. They got big guys behind you to knock them down.
Those 2 guys can play offense too.
Road victory they got.
At USC in LA.
Oh, USC's won 1 game this year. Beautiful passing.
4-on-1, and Hamilton with the foul.
Wow. As hungry as can be. But you look around, which one of these Stanford Cardinals is playing well enough to say, okay, we're going to ride this guy all the way to the end.
Hamilton, kind of a set play to start the half. Roscoe Allen just bullying his way in there, gets his own miss. Looney blocked from behind.
Looney has got the capability to do whatever he wants on the court here. The plethora of NBA scouts here tonight. Indiana represented with Brian Williams. I like the way those uniforms look, and I particularly like the fact that there's no names on the back of them. One name.
Bruins, the team. Kevon Looney. Hamilton for three, ties the game.
Such as it is right now.
Torrey Miller has his pass broken up, and UCLA steals it.
Torrey Miller has to play more assertively and power his way through all these guys who are grabbing at his hands.
Isaac Hamilton,
young talent. Texarkana.
That was a nice move he made from Texarkana.
Well, I love the fact that he pulled it back. I mean, that was Walt Hazard. Walt Hazard, when they honored all the guys out there tonight, Walt Hazard, he passed a few years ago. I was a little sad that his wife, Jaleesa, was not out there. Jaleesa was a UCLA cheerleader here when Walt met her, and it was just a fantastic love story at first sight.
Pretty move by Isaac Hamilton.
Here, so there was hugs, kisses, and photographs all around pregame.
And Torrey Miller's also a pre-med major, so he's taking care of things both on and off the floor. And speaking of taking care of
analysis, which is what you're totally into, boy, these shots are just coming too quick from Bryce Alford and Isaac Hamilton.
Looney, though, offensive rebound, and Hamilton sticks it in. For the Utes at UCLA, a team that has struggled offensively the last few games, has been very efficient here in the second half.
Let's how about Milton Thomas Welch? The guy's playing fantastic.
So they give it to him there.
Finally.
Hamilton, he'll drive and score.
Horrific losses.
Alford baseline jumper, long rebound to Hamilton. Goes up strong, count it. And
if you're UCLA, don't get conservative. But first get the ball over half the court.
Yeah, Hamilton struggled to do that. Here comes Powell off a Welsh screen. So you got Looney and Parker on the bench right now. Hamilton turns, fires, and hits a three. All the confidence.
But what a different story. Benjamin with another three. They are 6 of 6 from distance. Hamilton off with the floater, friendly bounce. UCLA
in the conference.
USC has not shown in the early goings here, the first 10 minutes plus, to be a good rebounding team, a good passing team, or a good shooting team. Other than that, they're doing fine.
Here's Hamilton for three.
And with this Cal lineup they have, with Wallace and Matthews on the bench, I'm wondering who's going to be their go-to guy on the offensive end of the court.
Hamilton for three. Got it. Bird pulls up for two. Travis crashed the boards and a rebound to the hand of Welsh.
When you missed 10 games with the foot injury, you're talking about Jabari Bird. Your first shot is a pull-up, long two. It's tough to get a rhythm that way.
Hamilton for three. Good pass from Alford and be consistent.
Well, you mentioned it as a shooter. Maybe he feels a big guy and he missed 10 games with the foot injury. It's not as big of an issue as Isaac Hamilton gets.
Looney off the glass, too strong. The rebound to Hamilton. He used the glass perfectly. Alford will teardrop, no good. Looney the offensive rebound. And wisely kicks it out. Hamilton hits the three.
Welsh.
Brown can't get it to go. He's off to a slow start. And Powell back on the floor with 2 fouls, leading the break.
Nice.
Great job. That started with Powell giving it up. The nice price sticker on the
what does that
mean?
CD.
It means it was discounted.
The nice price. The nice piece.
Did you have that?
I was on this tour. It was fantastic. Are you kidding? RFK Stadium.
Good start for UCLA as the jumper.
The poise, the confidence, the balance. This guy's got it all. And what a cool dude, too. Spends a ton of time mentoring troubled youth there. He's doing a lot of research in his graduate thesis, chasing Randall. Is that Isaiah?
And Powell.
He can't even run. Making me look mobile.
Hit the deck hard twice, landing flat on his back. Hamilton.
Whoa.
Oh, he got it to drop.
Hammered Cal.
Burn is smothered, and Isaac Hamilton spins out. Bruins have brought their starting 3 front men back in, and Hamilton goes coast to coast.
The conference, because they put Xavier at the 3, and he can knock down that perimeter shot.
It's something that Sean Miller, the head coach of Arizona, has been saying for a number of years now, that there really aren't many mismatches in the Pac-12 quite like. And a turnover quickly. Here comes Isaac Hamilton. 2-2. Booker right away launches a tough 3. He's got a game-high 10 points so far. Here's Hamilton, other way, a 3, and he cans it. And just like instead, that rattles out. Powell across midcourt, spins. Hamilton with Johnson in his face, and he's got 5. Rattles out. Hopkins rebounds. He loses it. Hamilton gets it right back, and they don't come any easy.
Aaron, that was the prettiest, ugly shot I've ever seen. Made it look like he was going to throw the dime and ended up having to put it up on the rim.
I was proud beginning to stir a little bit. Hamilton, what a finish!
Nice look from Alford inside. Hamilton completes the play. First 2 from Isaac. They have to learn to play with fouls. Loose ball. Alford picks it up. Here's Hamilton for 3. Yes! What a welcome sight for Steve Tarrant, looking to add to his 18 points. Off the mark there. Saved, but taken away by UCLA. Hamilton again. Another triple from Isaac Hamilton. He has it. Inside, Cooper blocked by Powell. UCLA really showing some grit in the second half. Here's a 3. Yes! And we are tied at 48 by Looney. The freshman takes it himself, blocked from behind by Kessens. Hamilton ties it up at 50. We talked about players making plays.
They start off with Marcus Lee off the feed from Tyler Eulis. 43-7. Yeah, we've had the Google guys busy at halftime, and according to our research from the guys downstairs, here's Alford, who looks for his first basket. There we go.
Continue.
Yeah, it does.
And I just tweeted something out. You know, for me as a competitor, I hate to see anybody be dismantled like this, because I know all these kids are competitors. They want to go out and put their best foot forward. They want to go out and show they can play at a high level. But we got to credit Kentucky.
Not really. I thought we had 1 in 96 when we played UCLA, but no, this is unbelievable. I didn't think it was going to be like this. I'm mad I came now.
In and out. Pull-up jumper, Hamilton.
And when you can press and speed teams up and make them play faster than they want and turn them over, you can create some problems and you can take them out of that comfort zone. I'll be interested to see another team that press Louisville when they play them, because they're going to get up. They're going to try to force tempo and speed up this Kentucky group and make them play faster and really not allow that size to be as important.
No, I'm so familiar with all this from a teammate, right?
Well, Derek Anderson, who was a great player at Kentucky, he goes, we scored 86 points and a half at LSU, beat Tim Duncan and Van Horn teams by 30 points. He said, so this team is great, speaking of this rendition of the Wildcats, but his group was the greatest of all time at UK. So I guess now we know where this is headed.
Terrific long-range shooter, and he really matches up, trying to take away his ability to square up and shoot that long-range jump shot.
Bell and Pangos, a terrific senior backcourt. Hamilton gets it to go, and that's his first field goal.
First basket in what, a game and a half?
Yeah, did not score the other night against Washington State, first time in his career. Here's Hamilton again, driving the lane into traffic, and somehow got it to drop, plus a foul.
A great opportunity there for you.
The footwork and the skill, huh?
He has got greatness all over him. That footwork is excellent. He has good touch. He's just going through a feel-it-out process. He gets a lot more minutes. He is going to be special.
Nice pass by Looney as he hits Isaac Hamilton.
Possesses a little touch around the basket. That's almost like automatic.
You talked about scheduling. How about what UCLA has coming up? They got Kentucky next, then at Alabama, at Colorado, at Utah. There's a big 3 for the Bruins.
Will, as the season progresses, they'll win their share of games. Pac-12 is going to be pretty good this year now. I mean, there's some really good basketball teams. Something you talked about Utah earlier. What balance? We talked about that balance at the top of the show. That what amazes me every time I think of UCLA. I see Matt Wooden sitting there to win 10 national championships in 12 years, 7 in a row, like the Wizard of Westwood did, is amazing. Amazing.
About hit that already. 2 threes in this first 4-minute block.
Again, you can't let a guy like that get going above and beyond what he normally does.
Nice move by Hamilton.
Good. Big discrepancy there.
And the igniter has been Powell. His just seemed down about midway through the first half, where he just on offense became the guy that was going to be aggressive. Hamilton and Isaac Hamilton knocks the college basketball.
When you read about it, go online and just Google Canary Islands Basketball Academy. You'll be flabbergasted the number of big players. That job went to Brad Holland, and Swen just said, I'm out of here. Now he runs the Costco Corporation up in Seattle.
Here comes UCLA. Hamilton from the corner. 3.
Beautiful. Keep an eye on him. He learned from some of the best, and now he's in a position to be the best himself. And this guy has a chance to be the president of the United States.
Including Herb Sendak, as Hamilton play.
Nice.
And at the other end, Hamilton stays with it.
Just the way you draw up the fast. Thursday night at 9:30. A great time slot for Rick Fox, the legend. Sure, and tune into that when you're not watching Pac-12. Goggles there, so that he can see.
Well, I think we've seen it an awful lot, and probably the school in this conference that's had the most Nigerian student athletes is Stanford through the years, but almost always excellent students.
Dribbling, nobody holding the ball. Noah Allen doing a very nice job. Gigi Goloman. Oh, now that's a shot.
Norton, another 3 off the mark. Powell grabs it for the Bruins. Nice pass, hanging, scoring. And here's the steal. No one will catch Powell. And he misses the dunk. And a long rebound to midcourt for Looney.
He did that last night. Drinking too much Sprite. Got some great elevation, but you're right. That is the second open court fast break dunk that he's missed in this tournament. That'll be on Vine in about 3 minutes.
Outside, Hamilton hits it. Madison down the lane. No, Welsh clears it out. Alford running the other way.
Tell you what, Thomas Welsh giving Steve Alford some nice minutes.
Shot 3, good. Isaac Hamilton. Straight away, Isaac Hamilton. He is hot. Washington. He's had one of the best blocks in this tournament just a few moments ago. Hamilton baseline is there.
Oh, that was a sweet for UCLA. The Bruins not really shooting the ball. They've got a little bit from Tom Welsh inside, but the backcourt of Alford and Powell not really giving them a whole lot.
Alford gives to Hamilton, and Hamilton hits again. Isaac Hamilton.
Through the second half, realized they had no chance to win, so they basically stopped playing hard. And they got embarrassed. Wants to see his team fight back.
And Hamilton picking up 13 to lead them. Straight away, Brown. 3 is short. Looney clears it out.
Boy, he is a rebounder, isn't he? He just goes up and brings that ball down in the crowd.
Hamilton again, a 3.
Wow. Now he'll take it.
And Parker down with a rebound. UCLA looking to push. That was a no-pass 3 that led to a layup on the other end. I just like to see us give the officials back their judgment on what is incidental contact and what is not. But, and you'd like to see fewer whistles in the game. Yeah, I mean, I think we can still have freedom of movement. Floater baseline, soft touch for Hamilton.
passed it up. Now gets inside, forces it up. And here come the Bruins. Momentum continuing to shift in UCLA's direction. Powell with a jump stop and the kick. Hamilton with a corner three.
And they were 27th.
Yeah, and this is a legitimate opponent now. I think people look at the scores of the first 3 games and not really trust how good they are. Well, Looney off to such a good start. I think whatever minutes they thought Bale might play, I think Looney's been better than advertised. And that advertisement was pretty big coming in. So you just wonder how much of an opportunity Wanda Bale's going to get as the season goes along with Looney playing at such a high level.
Hamilton to the top. Straight move.
But you kind of just think about that. But then when you watch him play, you see all the other things he can do.
Parker got a piece of that. At least 4 block shots now in this first half of the Bruins. Hamilton made himself available for all dribbles and then pass, hold it a couple and then pass. They got it where they wanted it, though. Hamilton on the offensive glass.
The middle like he should. Stolen by GG. Here comes Alford. Does not have numbers and doesn't care. Step out Hamilton. Nick.
All very, very good players. You didn't know about Jim Jones earlier.
20. Second Bruin to do that. Alford 25. There's another block. Kevon Looney. Here come the Bruins. The crowd's back into it. Alford. Hamilton. Cameron again cruising into the front court.
Waddy, you were supposed to follow up what I said with. When did you not have a green light?
You know, I hit you a couple times the other night. I was going to give you the first half off. Here comes Hamilton. All the way, got bumped and scores. Hamilton.
Also, so that you're ready once the NCAA tournament rolls around. UCLA, a definite NCAA tournament team this year.
15 minutes in, and we're tied at 24. Coastal won 21 games last year. Big South champs. They won the conference tournament as well. Everybody's got their legs now after that timeout. Second win.
Good idea by Bryce Alford to pull it out, not force anything.
Dropped his head.
Well, he had 14 and 8 in that game against Virginia that we've been talking about in the NCAA tournament. So obviously he likes these big stages.
Hamilton for 3.
Everybody else, double figures again.
Yeah, and all those guys, all the starters back to back. 7% from the field, 47% from outside the arc. There's a 3. Hamilton.
Oregon, since Dane Altman's been there, one of those teams runs a lot of stuff, a lot of movement, a lot of passing.
Hamilton all the way through and finished with the right hand.
Was only 36, and he was a first-round NBA pick in large part for his shooting.
And just to extend your point a little bit further from the field, UCLA shot nearly 50% last year. Hamilton, there's a 3.
I really like.
Montana State's moving the ball, but it's all outside the arc.
Well, look at the length on the backside for UCLA. I mean, who's going to go in there?
Alford, hesitation. Hamilton looking for 2 straight. Taken away by the Cats in the backcourt. Quinn Price.
I like how hard Montana State's still playing. This game's gotten away from them a little bit, but they're still getting after it. Hamilton knocks down another. I think this year you're going to see a lot more offensive fouls being called than last year, where it seemed like every time there was a block.
Here comes Alford. Double figures in the first half, but no look to Isaac Hamilton.
Yeah, one of the 2.
I got a couple of broken noses trying to rebound with the big guys.
What are you doing that for?
Press coach.
To stay on the perimeter.
PT, man.
When you're vertically challenged as you are, just stay out there and shoot.
I was slow.